All right, let's talk about discipline. And I bet when I say that word, a certain image pops into your head, right? Waking up at dawn, hitting the gym, posting your hashtag grind online. And hey, that's a part of it. But today, we're going way deeper. We're talking about a level of self-control that honestly, most people never even know exists. And this slide? This is everything. On the one hand, you've got the discipline that's for show. It needs an audience, it runs on hype and motivation. It's all about everyone watching you. But then, there's the other side, the real deal. It's quiet, it's consistent, it's almost automatic. And it happens when there is absolutely nobody there to see it. That's the scary kind.
So let's do this. Let's just cut through all of that noise. In this first part, we're going to go beyond the hype and get to the raw, unfiltered truth of what real self-control actually looks like.
And here it is. This is the absolute core of it. We all love motivation, right? It feels amazing. But it's just a feeling. It comes and goes. And if you rely on it, you're building your life on quicksand. The most powerful discipline, it kicks in when the motivation is long gone. It's about moving forward even when you feel nothing.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? This isn't about getting likes or applause. It's a private contract you make with yourself. The work has to get done, so you do it. That's it. The reward isn't the pat on the back. The reward is the work itself, and who you become while doing it. But here's the thing. You can't just grit your teeth and force this to happen. It's not about pure willpower. It's actually about biology. It's about literally rewiring the way your brain is set up.
So here's the problem we are all up against. Our brains are basically reward junkies. They're hardwired to chase that little hit of a chemical called dopamine, which we get from excitement, from rewards, from novelty. And this system, this ancient wiring, is exactly what makes quiet, long-term, sometimes boring work so incredibly hard. You're literally fighting your own brain chemistry. So how do the most disciplined people on the planet win this internal fight? They build this superpower called automaticity. They do something so many times, day in and day out, that it becomes unconscious. It moves from a choice to a reflex. That need for a dopamine hit, it just kind of fades away because you're no longer debating it. It's just what you do. No emotion, no hype, just execution. Okay, so that's the theory. Sounds great, right? But how do you actually build that? How do you get there? Well, let's break it down into 3 simple, actionable pillars. This is the foundation of that next level control. All right, pillar number 1, this is all about winning the war against right now. It's about changing your relationship with time itself. You've probably heard this term before, but it is the absolute bedrock of discipline. It's the ability to say no to the easy, fun, comfortable thing right now for the sake of something much bigger and better later. It's choosing future you over present you. And really, it all just boils down to this one simple internal conversation. It's training that little voice inside your head to just say, not now, later. If you can master that one little phrase, you don't just get control over your to-do list, you get control over yourself. And that is real power. Okay, so you've learned to tell yourself later. What's next? Well, the goal is to make it so you don't even have to have that internal fight every single day. And that brings us right to our second pillar. See, most of us run our lives based on our feelings. We wake up and we ask, do I feel like working out today? The truly disciplined people, they took that question and threw it straight in the trash. Feelings are fickle. Systems are reliable. So they built a structure where what they feel is completely irrelevant. And the secret weapon for this is a psychological tool called an implementation intention. It just means you pre-decide. You're not waking up at 6 a.m. and deciding if you'll go for a run. You made that decision weeks ago. 6 a.m. means running shoes on, period. The debate is over. You're not wasting mental energy every single day on if or when. The decision is already made. You just do it. So you've got your system, you're mastering delayed gratification. A lot of people would stop right there. But this final pillar, this is the one that really separates the pros from the amateurs. And it's all about what you don't do. This is going to sound crazy in our share everything world, but learn to work in silence. Here's the trap. When you go online and you announce your big goals, your brain gets a little premature hit of that same dopamine. It feels good. It feels like you've already achieved something. And that feeling can actually sabotage your motivation to do the actual work. So the masters of this stuff, they move differently. They don't post about the process. They just do the process.
They let their results do all the talking for them. And that quiet, hidden, relentless consistency, that's exactly why, to the rest of the world, their success looks like it came out of nowhere, like it was easy.
Okay, let's zoom out and pull this all together. Because when you stack these three pillars on top of each other, something really profound starts to happen. Discipline stops being something you do, and it becomes a fundamental part of who you are. And that's the real endgame here. You know, a lot of people think discipline is about time management, about color-coded calendars and to-do lists. That's all surface-level stuff. The scariest level of discipline isn't about controlling your time. It's about achieving the absolute mastery of your own mind, your impulses, your feelings, your stories. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't even need the hacks anymore. And this is the perfect way to wrap it up. Real discipline, it doesn't need to make a big announcement. It doesn't need a motivational soundtrack. It's not loud or flashy. It is quiet, it is consistent, and it is relentless. It just shows up day in and day out.
Look, if you've made it this far, that's probably not an accident. It means some part of you recognizes this truth and maybe is ready for this deeper level of control. So the only real question left is, which version of you is ready to wake up?